Fight fam, what it do? So we are back with another fight prediction today. We're going to be talking about the MVP Fight Night card, which is the Rivera versus Cordova card as the main event. It is going down in Orlando, Florida, August 23rd, which will be Saturday. It will be tomorrow from the time you all are seeing this video. The specific fight that I'm going to break down is going to be Jasmine Artiga versus Linn Sandstrom. So we're going to be talking about the ladies today. So I am in Tampa, Florida, so I am familiar with Jasmine Artiga. I have seen her train, I've seen her spar. So we're going to look at the stats for each individual fighter. We're going to talk about what each fighter does well. And then I'm going to let you all know where I'm going to be placing my money for this particular fight because I am betting big on this fight. It's not a max bet. I did my max bet last weekend on Marcus Valle. We can't just do back-to-back weekends with max bets, but we're still going to lay a decent amount on the line this weekend. Do your own research. I'm just letting you all know what I am doing and trying to help you all kind of navigate this fight if you all are not familiar with either fighter. All right, so Jasmine Artiga, she is Cuban. She is 13-0-1, fighting out of Tampa, Florida, 33 years old. Latest weight 113.3 pounds, 5 feet 4 inches with a 64-inch reach. And this fight will be for the WBA World Female Flyweight title at 112 pounds. And then on the other side, we have Linn Sandstrom, who is 10-3-3, fighting out of Australia. She is also 33 years old. Her latest weight was 114.5 pounds. Height, 5 feet 3 inches. Reach, 63 inches. So Jasmine has the reach advantage and the height advantage by 1 inch. So let's break down Jasmine Artiga first. Jasmine is very aggressive. She has power in her hands. She's southpaw. She can also move. She's able to stay light on her feet, bounce on her toes, but she's looking to come forward and put the power on you. She has great head movement. Prior to her last fight, which was in March on the Pro Box card against Regina Chavez, which was a tough fight, by the way, she did have a layoff. As I said at the beginning of the video, I am familiar with Jasmine. She used to come to the gym that I work at to train sometimes. So she was always staying in shape, always staying sharp, still continuing to spar even when she wasn't actively fighting. So anytime somebody like that has a layoff, I don't really worry about a lot of ring rust. The main thing I worry about is the timing. But considering that she just fought in March of this year on a Pro Box card, and she was fighting a game opponent from Mexico, which was that was a very tough fight. A lot of people found it controversial, but regardless, she did get the win. I think that's just going to make her that much better for this fight that we'll have tomorrow in Orlando, Florida, against Linn Sandstrom. Now, Jasmine also works very well off of her jab. So yeah, she likes to land a power shot. She packs a powerful punch, but she also sets everything up off of her jab. She has great fundamentals, and then once she's breaking you down, she does go to the body as well, and she throws some significant body shots, and she's able to change levels, working body, head, and she's really looking to land that left hand. Now, Linn Sandstrom, she's orthodox, so this is going to be an interesting clash of styles. Anytime we have a southpaw versus an orthodox fighter, especially when two fighters I would consider to be aggressive, I have to be aware of the head clash and how that can potentially impact the fight. So I can see a clash of heads in this fight because, just again, a clash of styles. I've seen Linn Sandstrom have head clashes with another orthodox fighter. So I expect there to be a couple of headbutts in this fight. Unintentional, of course, but due to the aggressiveness of the fight. Linn Sandstrom, she has great fundamentals. She doesn't throw a lot of volume in her punches. She looks to throw one shot at a time, looks to land that big shot. Now, if you're fighting Jasmine Artiga, if you look at her last opponent, Regina Chavez, Regina Chavez threw a lot of counter punches and she threw volume. Both of those things Linn Sandstrom lack. She's, throwing a jab, very technical, very sound, fundamental. And then when you're throwing on her, she likes to kind of go into a high guard. But against somebody like Jasmine, you're going to need to throw back, throw in between the punches, which we saw Regina Chavez have success with, especially on those counter punches. Yes, granted, Jasmine still won, but in order to stop Jasmine from completely dominating you in the fight, you're going to have to throw counter shots. So when Linn Sandstrom goes up into that guard to block shots, I think Jasmine's really going to really attack that body, come back up top to the head, and just change levels. And I think the fact that Jasmine's last fight was a majority decision win, people are kind of sleeping on her for this fight because I think there's a clear skill gap, in my personal opinion, between Jasmine Artiga and Linn Sandstrom. Now, I'm not very familiar with Linn Sandstrom. I did go back and watch some film on her and watch some fights to see what I could see from her, but it's very very basic, and she's throwing one shot at a time, which I think is going to be a significant disadvantage for her because I know Jasmine's going to come in shape. Now, I did not see her for this particular fight camp. I haven't seen her at the gym that I work at in a while. I know she trains out of another gym, but I'm assuming her work ethic has to be the same. I doubt she became champion and changed her work ethic. Again, she trains very hard. Not going to speak specifically on her sparring, but she's very skilled and she does have power, which everybody knows she has power. You can see her box rec, how many knockouts she has. And remember, these are 2 minute rounds. So when women fight, it's a lot harder to get a knockout because you only have that 2 minutes per round. Now, if this was a 3 minute round fight, I would be betting on Jasmine to win by a knockout, just due to her body work and just the power in that left hand. Because I think that left hand is definitely going to get through on Linn Sandstrom, and it's going to affect her and make her look to be more defensive for the fight. And she's going to look to throw one or two shots, which I think Jasmine will be able to just use her feet and just exit out of the pocket so that way she doesn't get hit and come back in and return fire. So my pick for this fight is Jasmine Artiga. We're going to look at the odds, and yes, this will be a fairly big bet for me. Again, not a max bet, but I'm going to be laying some money on this one. All right, so I'm checking FanDuel because Hard Rock does not have the odds up yet. Hopefully, they get them up. Never know with Hard Rock. So Jasmine Artiga on the money line is minus 320. Linn Sandstrom is plus 220. Now, method of victory, Jasmine Artiga minus 185 to win by points or decision. Jasmine Artiga to win by KO or TKO plus 650. Linn Sandstrom to win on points is plus 270. Linn Sandstrom to win by KO or TKO is plus 1500. And the draw is plus 1500. Will the fight go the distance? Yes, it's minus 900. No, it's plus 530. I think those odds are too crazy to bet on the fights to go the distance. Minus, I do think it's going the distance, but minus 900 is wild. Um, but money line, I'm taking Jasmine Artiga. I've already posted a parlay that I'm doing for this particular card because this fight's Friday night and it's fight Saturday. So I have a 3 bet parlay. It's Jasmine Artiga money line, John Paul Rivera money line, and Corey Marksman money line. These are all people that I'm very familiar with, and I think they all should be able to come out to win. As far as method of victories on those particular fights, I'm not sure. I'm doing straight money line. But for this fight here, I like, if you're going to do method of victory, I haven't done it yet, but depending on what becomes available on Hard Rock for method of victory here, I like Jasmine Artiga points or decision minus 185 just because it's 2 minute rounds and it's harder for women to get knockouts just because they don't have that extra minute per round. Now we'll have a 10 round fight here. So both of these women are good with conditioning. But I do think the body shots that Jasmine throws are going to have an effect on Linn Sandstrom as the fight gets later in the rounds. But I do think she'll make it to see that final bell. So let me know you all's thoughts on the fight. Are you all familiar with either one of these fighters? Who do you all see winning? And I will be going live tomorrow, which is August 23rd, for the MVP Fight Night card. I'm not going to go live Friday night just because it's been a crazy week for me. I've been super busy. I got people in fight camp getting ready for fights. So that's why I have not been online as much this week. But I took off work today, so I'm getting a lot of videos put together for you all. So I'll be back in action and I'll see you all live tomorrow. Look forward to the fight night. Let's make this money. All right, like the video, subscribe, share, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.